I might be known as an ARCA farmer, but in road, admittedly, I am a noob. So today, I'm going to change that. I'm going to hire 2 coaches to help me improve at road. One for $5 off of Fiverr, and one for $100 off of VRS. And I'm going to learn the Mazda MX-5 at Laguna Seca. First, we'll learn the track with Coach Shobit for $5 off of Fiverr, and then we will go to Coach David off of VRS for $100 for an hour. But first, this video was sponsored by RacerWear.store. I'm super thankful that the guys over at RacerWear came on board to show off their amazing looking products. If you like the look of retro looking NASCAR merchandise, but you think that some of it gets a little bit too gaudy, this is the perfect t-shirts, tank tops, hats for you. My favorite shirt is the America's True Pastime shirt because you just have all the different types of cars on there and the same cool American retro looking graphic. But make sure to use code DJ Yee-J at checkout for 5% off your order. And once again, thank you to RacerWear.store for sponsoring this video. Hey there, how's it going?
Great, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
I'll just give you a bit of a background on myself. I'm 16, I'm a racing driver, I race cars in India at the national level. And yeah, this is just my first couple of times teaching sim racing, so
awesome.
That's why the price point is so low. Because I want to get confident in my coaching ability first before I can actually start charging a lot more money.
Right.
First of all, I have a policy that if you're faster, if you're like a little too close to my lap time, then I'll coach you, but I'll do it for free. So
that's a great policy, but regardless, this is all for content, so regardless, I'm not gonna refund anything.
Yeah. So, what's your best lap time on this track or optimal?
I have no time on this track, so we're gonna see what we got here. I have raced this track before, years and years ago, but I cannot promise any sort of speed, which is a good thing because that means there's always time to improve.
Actually, I prefer that, so I can see how you try to adapt to a new track. It's better.
Right.
So, would you say your hands are relaxed and light through tougher corners or corners that you find difficulty with, or do you tense up, or do you tend to tense up?
Definitely. So, I stay relaxed until something kind of goes not the way that I'm thinking it's going to go, and then I tense up.
Okay, so that's the thing you're going to have to work on. And you've got to train yourself, like physically push yourself not to tense up. It's like late braking when you're telling yourself, don't brake there, don't brake here, and then you still end up braking early.
Right.
You have to try not to tense up like that.
That is definitely something that I struggle on because ovals, right? Ovals is very flowing.
You've got to keep a steady hand, yeah.
Yeah, and then when I get to road, I feel like I don't get into that rhythm, and it makes me tense up when something happens, and I'm like, wait, why? Where am I? Why is this happening? Type of deal.
Okay, so time for another couple more questions. When are you upshifting? What lights?
I wait till the very last light.
I'm shifting double yellow. But when you get the second yellow there, you can upshift. That's really optimal.
Second level. Okay, second yellow. Very good. Didn't know that.
Because you end up going too high in the rev range, and then by the time it's upshifted, you usually get to the corner. Because the MX-5 is not a fast car. I can honestly tell you that. It's not a fast car. I'm going to come back to the pits. I've done a 40.7 right now, but my optimal is a 39.8.
Great.
Okay, so this is our data.
Okay.
And immediately into turn 1, look at the braking. Can you tell?
Sorry, which one am I? Okay, I'm blue. So yeah, I take it a lot earlier.
You're blue. Yeah, not just a lot earlier. I can analyze something bad in my driving as well. I've clearly messed up my exit out of the final corner on this one. Because you can see I'm reaching my top speed a lot later than you.
Yeah.
I hit 173 just before I hit the brakes, and you were 170. Okay. So I actually got to a higher top speed.
Yeah, and that was just because of how much further you drove it than I did.
When you look at the braking tray, where is it? I'm hitting max brake pressure. Look how much cleaner it is. I'm hitting max force, 100%. So you can see my input straight to 100 and then straight off down to 40%. And now here I could feel the car sliding away a little bit, which tends to happen to the MX-5 in long corners. So you can see I hit the brakes again and I drop down. You can see your braking trace comparatively here as well. You're braking earlier. You can see the blue line starting a little before the red one.
Right.
I think one of the things I'm happy about in your driving is you're not going for a late apex at this corner. A lot of people think it's important, and in theory that does make sense to go for a late apex here. But because it's uphill and it's such a long corner, an early apex will do fine.
Okay.
So you've missed the apex here. I think that's partially because you've turned in late, but I think we'll ignore that for now because that will just get with track knowledge when you drive it a little more.
Yeah, definitely a late turn in there.
You can see your brake trace, it's going up, down and then up again, which is fine. But then look how quickly you go down to 40%.
Yeah.
So that's where trail braking comes in. The basics I know, one hard input on and then come off slowly.
Okay.
You're braking more than me here, not in terms of pressure but in terms of distance. You've applied the brakes again by the time I've come off. What we need to focus on is look at where I'm hitting my minimum speed compared to you. So
Yeah. You get on the gas
I'm
earlier.
I'm getting on the power a lot earlier and I can hit a higher top speed as well. You get to 136, I'm getting to 140.
Okay.
Exit again, track usage. I'm getting onto the exit curb here with the amount of speed you can carry.
What should I remember taking into the next laps I do here? What are the key
Yeah.
takeaways?
Can you try and guess what that is for you?
My guess would be the brake.
Yeah, definitely. You've not hit 100% brake pressure anywhere in the lap, whereas I've hit it at almost every corner that requires significant slowing down.
Right. All right, we'll try not to go off here and we'll see what I can do.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful.
All right. I didn't even brake there.
Exactly, it's a lift. You're getting it now. The load. Amazing. Perfect. Weight on the throttle there.
All right.
Did you see the difference?
Yeah, I felt so
So
good.
much more planted. And that's going to require a tap on the brakes. It's not
Okay.
a lift.
No.
No. No. It's fine.
No.
Complete the lap so you can see what you get. Nice.
Legitimately, I used everything that you told me there, and it all worked. That was great. And you want to say anything? Because this is going to be a YouTube video. Want to say anything to the viewers before you peace out?
Not really. Just subscribe, I guess.
Yeah. All right.
I would send you my Insta and my wife, and you can message me if you want any questions or anything. Okay.
Alrighty. Sounds good to me. Have a good
Bye.
one, man.
Have fun.
So with my time with Show B, I went from not knowing the track at all to being within 2 seconds of the alien lap times for the combo in this weather. Now with a little bit more practice, I was able to get a clean lap and got the time down to a 1:39.3, and that's what I brought over to David for analysis. So let's check in with that.
Hello.
Hey David, how's it going?
Not bad, not bad.
So a lot of my YouTube followers are oval guys, so if you want to introduce yourself first, that'd be cool.
Oh, okay. My name is David Williams, and I, among many things, coach on VRS. I've been sim racing for like 15 years, trying to do it at a high level, on and off. And yeah, I work for VRS as well on the hardware. And my primary focus is the MX-5. So I'm looking forward to going through Justin's data with him. We'll see what we can do. So what I'll do is share my screen. I already have your data loaded.
All right.
What we can see up here as well, of course, are the individual corners or sectors. So when you have corners really close to each other, it's too difficult to split them. So
Right.
VRS keeps them combined. We can see at the first few sequences and corners, you're actually only losing very minor amounts. So if we were like really pressed for time, or you were pressed for time, and you wanted to pick up on the most efficient improvements possible, then going throughout the whole lap would not be a good use of time.
Right.
This here will be the corkscrew. Like, we could spend a lot of time here and it would be much more beneficial than if we looked at turn 1.
So this is the part, especially the corkscrew and the following couple turns, I'm just pure guessing when I get there. So that's would be a
Okay.
great use of time.
Well, first thing that I've noticed, one of the differences, I am further left, so maybe we should actually go to turn 7, just so we can see the
The setup.
exit. So coming through the exit of turn 6, we're on a similar line now,
Okay.
but I am staying much further to the left. You're kind of in the middle of the track, maybe even slightly to the right. But there's a couple of reasons for this. You want to, like for turn 1, you want to shorten the distance.
Right.
Also, the MX-5 doesn't have that much power. So there are, in some cars, you're better off going all the way to the right to open up fast corners. But in the MX-5, typically you want to prioritize shortening the distance.
Okay.
So taking tighter.
So there's so little
tighter lines.
power that shortcutting the track actually does something.
Exactly, yeah. And the other thing is it helps you to open up the braking zone for the corkscrew.
Okay.
Even though this car has ABS, the nice thing about iRacing is actually the braking is really quite well modeled.
Hmm.
If anything, it's probably a bit more unforgiving than it should be with
Right.
ABS. Yeah, the
It's
best
a
way to
crutch.
do it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. So it's it's nice having it, especially when you're turning into the apex and the inside tire
Hmm.
is unloaded. When I'm still braking quite hard here,
Hmm.
and I've got a lot of steering angle, the inside front, if I didn't have ABS, would definitely be locking.
Okay.
So this is where the ABS does actually help.
So it's
Yeah,
more about load management than anything.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, but I'm here to say that you are not losing most of your time under braking.
Okay.
In fact, if we look at the delta chart,
Hmm.
top left, this is showing that you're actually losing most time on exit. You're faster than me right now, but you're also on a narrower line
Hmm.
as well.
Right.
So basically, what's happened is here where you're braking less than me,
Hmm.
that's kept you up with me, of course.
Right.
But at some point, by the time we get to the apex, it's also forced you to need to turn in early,
Right.
like too early, in order to get the car to the apex. And so you're arriving at the apex on this tighter line, and by the time we actually get to the apex, we're matching in speed. But the problem is your line causes you to then wait
Right.
on the throttle.
Exactly.
But it's not just as simple as, of course, go on throttle at the same time as me. Because of the line that you're on at the entry, that's not going to work. Your car would not turn enough and you would go wide. And this is actually very often the case with the MX-5, again, because it does not have very much power.
Hmm.
You have to really prioritize exit speed.
Right.
That often means sacrificing entry speed and apex speed.
It's like you're giving up just a tiny bit of speed on entry, but you're getting like an extra 15, 20 degrees of rotation on apex. And
Exactly, exactly.
David then analyzed the rest of my problem corners in a similar manner. If you want to see the full lesson, I'll make it available to members, so make sure to join if you want to see that. And then after the lesson was over, I took to the track one more time for a few more laps, and just with those ideas, I was able to get this lap, a 138.868, which was over half a second better than what I had just run right before the lesson, and with an optimal almost a full second lower than before. And this was just with those ideas and not even with my execution up yet. So overall, in 2 days, going from a complete noob to just 1 second off of the alien lap times, I can't ask for much more than that. So I think the moral of the story is be aware of the level that you are at when you're looking for a coach in iRacing. If you're just looking for someone to lead you in the right direction for a beginner, you can go very cheap and have it be very worth. But if you want to hit that next level and become an alien, so to speak, you probably will have to shell out a bit more money, as the experts tend to be more expensive because their expertise is worth something. But other than that, thank you all for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you all on the track.